Yes, you heard right. Only $9.95 per month. Price is valid for 1 year. But that's not all.
Oh, that lady, her child sick.
Trip to the
Yeah, okay, Miss Larock?
Yeah.
Visit the innovative business offices on St. Croix and Estate Diamond and Plaza Extra Westerner and on St. John.
That was great, Abdul. That was a great interview.
Yeah,
I didn't even know she was doing all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Innovative. Your islands, your
Our Republicans moving strong.
We trying.
Bates Trucking for land clearing treat.
Karen. Okay, Karen. Right.
And the Virgin Islands. Welcome to another edition of Community Digest Beyond. Here's your host, Abdul Ali.
Okay, and good afternoon to you. It's 1:39, and I'm here at the moment with, well, you heard Mr. Brown before, but I also got Ramon Richardson, because Ramon had some years back, well, I can't say years, about a year ago you were here last?
Yeah,
About a year ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, Ramon, we were talking about the film you were making.
Yes.
And we were also talking about the fact that you were trying to get some help to pull the film together.
Correct.
And that was a little bit slow at that particular time. Tell me if I got it right. The film is being completed.
Yes.
Okay.
Film is finished.
Tell me about it and how we can access your work.
Yeah. Well, final running time on the film was 2 hours and 10 minutes. I kind of been up to this point, you know, having a pre-release.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Okay.
in efforts to get it in the film festivals, and then, you know, once it's in a festival and an agent likes it, then they will, you know, put it to, you know, through the proper links for everybody
Now,
to see,
the
theaters and
film
everything.
festival that's organized where? Somewhere in the mainland?
Yeah, there's thousands of them, thousands.
Okay, yeah.
And I just try to give my film the best chance by you know, targeting the festivals that has really hit my market, which of course is the urban community, the black community, and the West Indian community. So far, I've entered the San Diego Black Film Festival. At the time, the film was of course in production, and I entered it as an experiment. I wasn't successful as far as getting an entry, and then recently I just got rejected by the Pan-African Film Festival, and I'm waiting for my rejection letter. You know what I mean? But this, you know, it's a part of the process. I'm having fun with it.
Yes.
I must say, so far the support has been great. You know, as far as the pre-release goes, I've been able to move over about 400 copies. You know, and currently in the works, I'm working on my second film, you know, which is called The Womanizer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know,
but
and,
what's that about? A womanizer? That's what it is?
Yeah, well, that's basically about this character called Dayton Banks, and he happened to be like a fluke of nature. You know, every once in a while you see a fluke of nature where he have his way with the ladies and so, you know. But the conflict gonna come in where he meet this one lady.
Yeah.
He can't even make it to first base.
Oh my goodness. So what does he
And
do?
well, the plot thickens when what's really going on is she's a lesbian.
Oh my goodness.
But she's thinking about,
Yeah.
you know, since this fluke of nature does have the gift of God.
Right,
You know, he have that aura. She's attracted to it.
Yeah.
And of course, he's like, well, he's more attracted to her because, you know, he ain't really, you know, sliding home as usual. He's still, you know, being put at bay at first base.
Yes.
And I mean, that's where the conflict gonna come through.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I gonna make sure I come up with a nice finish.
A nice finish.
A great finish.
For that, yes.
You know, yeah. And of course, I really appreciate the support I'm getting from the women, particularly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
The women like
70% of my support, as far as helping me raise funds to pay for different fees or to enter film festivals, has come from the women.
Absolutely.
So since they've been, you know, taking good care of me, I'm like, okay, for the next movie, I'll make sure that, you know, 70% of the cast is women.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So how many films have you done so far? This that you've done, well, I know you've completed.
Yeah, I have, of course, Dangers of the Tongue, that's completed.
Yeah.
I'm working on Womanizer right now. I have Life at Track School, a horse racing documentary.
Yeah.
That's right now, basically almost wrapped up and ready to go.
How long is
You
that
know?
one?
I'm gonna
Half
probably,
an
I want to put it on a station. So if I'm talking to the stations, it have to be either an hour straight, 2
Oh, I
hours
see.
straight.
Okay, yeah.
But I have more than enough footage.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, you know, Dennis Bro down at Track School.
Right,
At the
yes.
racetrack.
Mhm.
You know, he's been my a key
Mhm.
foundation for my company.
Right.
Admiral's Pavilion Motion Pictures, and of course our mission is to, you know, provide a platform for local artists and entertainers to be seen and heard.
Yeah, well, that's
Seen and heard, sorry.
very, very important. So when did you begin all this thing? I mean, what made you? Because I think you were in, was it the Army or the Air Force? Which one?
I did 4 years in the Marines.
In the Marines, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah. And then it's after you came out that you decided that, what, I want to make films?
Well, you know, what actually happened was I suffered my first defeat, meaning that loss of employment opportunity. Not
Okay.
really accustomed of failing and stuff like that.
Right.
So that really, you know, when that happened, it took me a while to like, okay, what are you gonna do?
Yes.
And then when I paid attention to how my life was going, you know, regardless of what job I had, I always found myself trying to sell something on the side.
Yes.
So I said, well, you know, do you have the guts to do this full time? So I started off with selling home decor out of catalogs.
Oh, I see.
You know, just to
okay.
get a little experience, because I noticed catalogs and women just
Go
are
together.
inseparable.
Okay.
So I said from that day, I just get my practice.
Yes.
And then I guess the time came where, you know, one day I was reading a study Bible, you know what I'm saying? And I come upon this scripture that said dangers of the tongue.
Yes,
Now before I read the scripture, you have a little keynote to let you know what you're getting ready to read, that way you don't misinterpret what you're reading.
Yeah.
You know, so you know there it was, dangers of the tongue in the book of James.
Right.
My mind just started flowing with all these ideas. I just start, you know, writing and drafting. You know, I was like, you know what? Since I read in the Bible and I hear with all of these ideas, I said, okay, let me go ahead and try this faith thing out.
Yeah.
And there you go. You know, the movie's finished.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I gonna keep that pattern going. You know, anytime an idea come to my mind,
Yeah.
hold on to it and
Yeah.
save it. You know, like for instance, yesterday when I was out in Sunny Isles, you know, getting some copies out to the public, idea came to my head. You know, one time, you know, a movie called, you know, My Best Friend Tom.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know, but I ain't gonna disclose too much information on that one until I start to
Until you
produce
actually
it.
start,
You know,
yeah, okay. Well, it's good that you're doing something, because we had just the other day, and I know I'm going to speak to Mr. VLA shortly, because the other day we had this Dr. Carson, who was here at UVI, and he was talking with youngsters there. It was the Man Up program, and he did say that in terms of your mind and what you got in it, it's down to you, and you can make things work. You can be very, very creative with the things that you want to do.
exactly.
So
exactly.
it sounds to me as though you're already following, well, perhaps not following, perhaps you had all of these ideas, but you're doing the kinds of things that he recommends.
Okay,
You
okay.
know,
I didn't
well,
get to
that's
make
what-
it
yeah.
to that event, but
No.
I've heard a lot of good things about
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so-
a well-known physician for one, and he
Okay.
came to talk to the youngsters about some of the things that happened in his life and how he was able to move on. And get
Yeah, I
an
heard
education.
the the advertisement on the radio.
Absolutely.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you know after you clear the hurdle,
Yes.
and you make something of yourself, the first instinct is to give back. First instinct.
Yeah.
You know, I going through that right now. Like when
Right.
Life at Track School, I had 2 young co-hosts. You know, that took me through the bands and the stable, and they were very you know, the thought process was very excellent. You know, they could talk
Absolutely.
about the horses. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, these guys, you know,
Yeah, really not.
they ain't showing no nervousness at all.
Right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
when are we going to be able to people get the film?
Well,
What's
yeah, right
happening
now,
next with the
yeah,
film?
right now I'm still trying to follow the blueprint, you know, which is, you know, to give the film the best chance I possibly can
Right.
at my stage as a filmmaker, is to send it out to a film festival.
Yeah,
That's like my
okay.
lotto ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give it that chance, you know. And while doing so, you know, since my company is independent, you know, I still have the luxury of self-distribution,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I figure, well, November will be my stopping point where I will explore other options where I mail directly to, TV stations,
Oh,
stuff
alright.
like that.
So we're still in the development.
Yeah, because
stage.
I rather I try shoot for the stars, and if I only get the moon, it's still high.
You're still
You know what I
high,
mean?
absolutely. Still higher than you were when you started.
Correct,
But
correct.
we're glad to see that progress is being made, and just keep us up to date and anything we could do to help bring what you're doing to the public's attention, that would really be great.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me here, and I'd
No
like to just
problem.
give me 20 more seconds
Yeah, sure.
to say thank you to all my sponsors out there, D&J Shooting Gallery, of course the St. Croix Avis. I needed y'all to help me get the word out years back. I think y'all gave me like 3 articles, which was great. Once again, Dennis Bro, Patty Gressard, she's in the Writers Guild. We have a lot of heavy people walk around on this island. You might not know what they do.
Right.
Once you meet them, you realize you have all type of support right around you. Of course, all of the local artists who donated their music. To me, that's a very, very, very strong blessing and support when you have an artist, release their material to you and say, yeah, you could use it. Just give me the credit, or work something out.
Sure.
I really, really appreciate that. So, thank you all, and just subscribe to Admiral's Pavilion on YouTube.
Absolutely. All right.
Have a nice day.
Yes, I hope things continue to go well.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all.